News: an ice storm brings Lawrence to a standstill, and the weather isn't done yet. Brittany has the wintry forecast.
The man some have called preacher to the nation passes away. We'll look back on the life of Billy Graham.
And why do these photos have craft store employees angry? It's all part of a new viral trend. I'm Mackenzie Davis.
And I'm Ellis Wiltsey. KUJH News starts now.
From the University of Kansas, you're watching KUJH News.
We are starting off our newscast with the weather. Brittany, yesterday I got my first snow day of senior year. Tell me a little bit about what it looks like for the rest of the week.
Yeah, well, it's not going to stop. We had an interesting snow day. It's been 4 years, matter of fact. Right here you can see since KU had a snow day, and that was back on February 4th in 2014 when we had almost 4 inches of snow hit the area. So that was pretty nice. We only had ice, though, and you can see right here is what caused it. That is all sleet and freezing rain mix that moved through the area, and we had about 1 inch of sleet and about 2/10 of an inch of ice. So it's not going to stop. It's going to continue on as we head through the rest of this week. I'll give you more information on that later on.
Perfect. And for the first time since 2014, KU canceled classes because of the freezing rain. For some students, the news came too late. KU didn't alert students and faculty until 8:08 a.m., and some students had already braved the weather to campus. KU junior Anna Levine works on campus and had just finished the journey to school when she got the alert.
I got to work at probably 5 after 8, and I got the text 2 minutes later that classes were canceled, but I was already there, and I felt like it'd be more dangerous to try to leave and go back, so I just ended up staying on campus.
Students are hoping that if classes get canceled tomorrow, they will make the call earlier than yesterday. They should receive a text through KU if classes get canceled. Although it has been 24 hours, the University of Kansas is still attempting to clean up the ice. KUJH reporter Brandon Cotter takes to the frozen streets to see how people are handling them.
The ice is still scattered all across campus. It has left faculty and students with dangerous conditions.
The ice has just been a pain. It's very slippery. People have been falling everywhere. It's dangerous, you know, like people don't really want to come outside, not to mention it's cold, and it's supposed to happen again.
All my classes have been stopped because students have been slipping down on the ice.
The weather not only just affects students at the University of Kansas. Officer Smith with the Lawrence Police Department reports that there were 7 accidents yesterday, most likely related to the weather. However, no injuries occurred. The icy conditions affect not only just residents and workers, but shoppers as well. The city of Lawrence has also salted and plowed ice to help reduce the number of injuries. But not everyone believes it is the city's job to keep everyone safe.
I think people should be more responsible for themselves. The city can do what they can do, but I think people should really take responsibility for themselves and drive carefully and watch out for things.
In Lawrence, Brandon Cotter, KUJH News.
Athletic trainer Kaylin Voss of Watkins Health Center says they have already had 4 injuries related to the ice. They are expecting more tomorrow.
And here's a look at other news from across the nation. Outcry from a community led an Arkansas high school to scrap their planned raffle of an AR-15 rifle. It was part of a school fundraiser and is the same type of rifle used in the attack of Parkland High School. The principal says he can't endorse a gun as a fundraiser item in light of the recent tragedy. People who bought raffle tickets over the last couple of weeks will get their money back, or the committee will swap out the AR-15 for another item. About 100 students who survived last week's Florida school shooting are demanding gun reform from lawmakers at their state capitol today. The students marched after a 400-mile trip from their high school, demanding change and carrying signs with the hashtag #NeverAgain. A Democratic Florida senator's office says plans are in place to hold a news conference with the students later this week. And the Make-A-Wish Foundation delivers a dream for a teen battling a heart condition. When 17-year-old Jonas Brait made his wish, he asked for his dream car. The Make-A-Wish Foundation surprised him in front of his family and friends with a 2003 Acura C11. They restored it, painted it white, and loaded it with all the bells and whistles, including a killer sound system.
What a great wish. That's great. Most kids actually ask for a celebrity or, you know, to see an animal or something, but a car, that's very different.
Definitely
very different.
a useful
Yes,
wish.
yes.
All right, the man some have called preacher to the nation passes
You come
away.
by faith
We'll look
in
back
him.
on the life
He was
of
cold.
Billy Graham.
And why do these photos have craft store employees angry? It's all part of a new viral trend. Stay with us.
The Reverend Billy Graham has died at the age of 99, the legendary evangelical minister for decades. His impact on American culture was massive, and his influence stretched the globe. CNN's Michael Holmes has a look back at Graham's long life and his career.
You come by faith in him.
He was called America's pastor, a minister in the old-time tradition of Southern U.S. Baptists who built a mass following worldwide, traveling the globe and taking to the airwaves as no religious leader had ever done before. He had no home church, no regular congregation, no church hierarchy, except the one he himself created. But through radio, television, movies, publishing and appearances in 185 countries to record-breaking crowds, Graham reached out to hundreds of millions of people, preaching the gospel to try to save the souls of each and every one.
There is no other way. Man cannot be saved by bread alone.
Billy Graham was born in 1918 and raised on a dairy farm in Charlotte, North Carolina, a time and a place familiar with travelling preachers who would visit long enough to try to revive the community's faith in Christ. Graham attended a revival meeting when he was 16. He became a minister and launched his own revivals.
I do not believe that any man can solve the problems of life without Jesus Christ.
He called his revival campaigns crusades and made them bigger than any ever seen before. Night after night, for example, at New York's Madison Square Garden for 16 weeks. In 1950, Billy Graham made his first visit to the White House. He met and prayed there with Harry Truman, and through the decades with nearly all of Truman's successors.
I know that God has sent me out as a warrior on the 5 continents to preach the gospel, and I must continue until he gives the signal that I'm to stop.
He prayed in Russia, China, South Africa.
Christ belongs to all people. He belongs to the whole world.
He prayed in North Korea, Canada, Hungary.
I greet all of you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
And in 2005, he prayed at his last crusade with 200,000 people in New York.
We hope to come back again someday.
Billy Graham prayed all around the world in his 7 decades as a media-savvy minister, a preacher who reached out to the planet.
4, 3, 2.
Family members say Graham died surrounded by family at his home in North Carolina.
Well, apparently I just spent 20 minutes scraping the ice off of my car, but I guess I'm going to have to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Another next batch is on its way. Not going to be as bad, but the problem is that it's going to be piling on top of what we already have. So it's going to be pretty interesting. So that'll be fun to deal with tomorrow, but we'll probably still have school. It's nothing as bad, but here are your headlines. Today, it was a nice cold start, but it was fairly calm overall. We had a gradual warm-up as we had throughout the rest of this week, but into this weekend, we have another, so a third storm system that will be moving into the area, and that's going to bring along some warm temperatures as well. So just get through this week, and the rest of the week into the weekend's going to be fairly nice once we get through this interesting batch we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. Right now here in Lawrence, dealing with a temperature of 28 degrees, partly cloudy skies. You can see a few patches of blue sky out right now. Mostly cloudy conditions with those northeast winds bringing that cold temperatures down right now, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a little bit chilly, but like I said, the warm-up is on its way. And we also have a winter weather advisory that has been issued, and this is because of that storm that's going to be starting tonight and going into tomorrow, causing another chance of that freezing rain and freezing drizzle as well. So you can see in the regions outlined a good chunk of central United States right now, and here's what you can expect. It's been issued from 6 p.m. tonight and to 12 p.m. tomorrow. Snow and ice totals are going to be around 1 inch, and then ice amounts up to 1/10 of an inch. So a little bit more on the ice amounts, but not as much of the ice totals as we expected with this last storm. So along with that, it's going to be right during the morning commute. So reduced visibility and ice is definitely what you're going to be dealing with. So take it a little bit slower, leave early tomorrow as you head out the door. It's going to be clearing off by noon, and it's going to be scattered rain showers the rest of the day. So the ice will move out and rain will move its way in all day tomorrow for your Thursday. Here's your evening forecast tonight, though. 28 degrees by 5 o'clock. We're going to drop fairly slowly by 9 p.m., only to about 25 degrees. Note by 7 o'clock, that freezing rain and sleet is going to start up and last all throughout the night tonight. But overall, fairly nice night. Stay stay inside if you can, because it's not going to be very fun with that system that'll be moving through. But your extended forecast, you can see the good stuff is on its way. Friday, we're going to start tomorrow with 46 degrees, partly cloudy skies again. Going into Saturday and Sunday, nice temperatures in the 50s, so very nice. You can expect that, and Sunday is going to be the best day because it's going to be clear skies all around. And then going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to be fairly nice as well. Those 50s are going to stick around, so overall, a nice weekend and week ahead. So stay tuned.
It is definitely getting a little colder out there, but I guess it's still a spring sports season. Lydia Taylor's here with all of that information.
Yes, crossing those fingers for maybe another snow day tomorrow, but those athletes are still going at it. Coming up next in sports, women basketball takes on OSU at home. Much more after the break. Women's golf started their spring season off at the Sugar Bowl Invitational in New Orleans. The Jayhawks rounded off the tournament yesterday, finishing 11th. Chochamana Puchanam led Kansas through the final round, shooting 1 over on Tuesday. Senior Ariana Fonesca Diaz was the top finisher for Kansas, shooting 10 over in the entire tournament. We don't have much time before we leave for our next tournament, so we will focus as much as we can on our short game, especially putting and wedge play, said Coach Aaron O'Neill. They will hit the road again on the 25th, heading to Arizona for the Westbrook Invitational. Jumping off the course onto the pool, it has been a powerful season so far for the swimming and dive squad, and the time has finally come to showcase their talents at the Big 12 Championship. The Hawks will compete in a three-day tournament starting today in Austin, Texas. The past few years at the Big 12 Championship, the Jayhawks reached huge heights as they broke the program's record for points at the meet 2 years in a row. It now stands on 68.5. This meet is a little different, though, with preliminary heats in the morning, and whoever wins those goes on to the qualifying events at night. Coach Clark Campbell says he really wants his team to focus in on those prelim rounds and really bring it then. Final rounds are only for getting those points up on the board. Staying with women's, moving over to basketball. Women's basketball looks to end its 12-game losing streak tonight at home against the number 21 Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Last season, Kansas faced OSU 3 different times, going 1-2 against them. In 2 games they lost, the deficit was only by 4 points. Kansas remains one of the league's best defensive teams, holding its opponents to shooting 38.48% from the field for this season, which in 3rd in the league. This is a good thing because OSU has 3 players averaging double figures, and 2 of those players lead the league in scoring. However, OSU's defense ranks towards the bottom, so it could be a close one for the Jayhawks tonight. Tip-off is at 7 tonight. Good luck to those ladies. Tonight, I am spotlighting this beautiful young lady right here, Anastasia Ryshigova, who officially named the Big 12 Conference Women's Co-Player of the Week yesterday. This is her 3rd time winning Player of the Week in her career, and she's just a junior. She is currently ranked number 1 in the nation, and over the weekend earned 4 points in singles and doubles. The Moscow Russian native owns a 14-2 overall record. And my Lydia Lowdown this week is on men's basketball. The boys are back on top in the Big 12, as you can see, right above Texas Tech, who actually has a better overall record than KU does. They play tonight against OSU, and just after this game, they will be hosting KU over the weekend. With only 3 games left for the Jayhawks, every game matters in this hunt for their 14th straight Big 12 win.
All right, from challenges on the court to viral challenges, this new viral challenge has employees of a nationwide craft store pretty frustrated. Teenagers doing the Hobby Lobby challenge are using the store's display to create aesthetic wall of flowers photos. The picture takers are trying to somewhat recreate the new picture of former President Obama hanging in the National Portrait Gallery. It's not sitting well with Hobby Lobby employees, however, their tweets expressing irritation with having their flowers displays constantly messed up.
We got to move this challenge over to Michael's, I guess. That's what we're doing now. Anything to get a good profile picture, right? I don't know. We got to do something about it, so we'll see. I might try it myself. How about you guys?
Last week we missed out on the $15 million worth of roses, and this week we missed out on flower walls. Anybody up to trying it together?
You know what? Might as well hit there after the show.
Look at us. We have a good shot right here. We can do something about this, you know. We may not be the Obamas, but That's okay. That's okay. We can start a new trend, I guess.
Talking about that, have you guys seen it? What are your thoughts? Pretty? Like it? Yes?
Of course, go for it. Do whatever you want.
No? I like it because it's a little different. It stands out a little bit.
Great. And that's your KUJH News for Wednesday, February 21st.
To see our stories again or share them with your friends, check out our website at ku.edu.
Join us Friday at 3 p.m. for our entertainment news show, The Next.
Have a good night.